He is Georgia Tech head coach Brent Key joining us on the Loud Security Systems News Maker line. Coach, I think your team needs to stop doing that to us all that are rooting for this team to win each and every week because it's great for the city.
Oh, man, guys. It's I'm starting to guess now that's just who we are. I mean, it's the way we play football. So I guess we all need to get used to it.
Well, you can't, listen, you know this. You can't expect something completely different week to week in a college football season. You better get better at things. You better learn lessons in both wins and losses. But at the end of the day, sometimes you are what you are. That's good enough, but you're going to have to be careful because it's close to not being good enough.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what now. I met with the team last night, and I told them this. I said, look, guys, we are, here's what we have to understand. Like, we can get beat, number one, all right? That's very apparent. Number two is you're either going to get better or get worse at this point of the year, all right? So what do we have to do? We have to get better. We have to improve. And then how do we do it? We've got to be coachable. We've got to, double down on what we've done. It doesn't mean going and running into each other 100 miles an hour 100 times a day. It means we have to understand that is hard. It's hard to improve week 8, 9, 10 of the season, right? But the mental part of it, we can. And that's the difference in teams that win and lose this time of year, and that's why there's only one person left at the end of the year.
And everybody's banged up this time of the year, so what you said rings really, really true. It's the mental part where you have to improve.
I have to. I mean, look, you can't go out and practice like it's training camp right now. I wish we could, but, it's a fact of the matter. You just can't do it. You have to. Player availability is the number one resource right now this time of the season.
I know you must know where you're ranked. If I told you that it was 3 spots away from 7, you were 10, 11, would you care?
No.
Are we at the point where you have to care yet? I guess that's really the question. I know why you wouldn't care. We've got to play the next game. But are we at the point in the college football season where the people who do these voting things, almost you want them to be accountable or you want them to be as right as possible? What's your stance on caring, not caring about stuff like that?
Our MO here is we put all of our time, all of our energy into things that we can affect the outcome of. All right? If we can't control the outcome, if we cannot affect the outcome of it, that's no different than the end of a game. You cannot control the outcome of a game. All you can control is what you put into it. All right? We can't control what we're ranked. All right? We can control how we play on any given Saturday. All right? We can't control this. We're not going to put time and effort and spend energy on it.
And mentally, I like what your quarterback said. Nobody really panics to use the word mentally again. And I think we have this conversation every week. It all starts with him.
It does. I mean, it's all. I mean, he's the quarterback. He's going to get the good, the bad, the ugly. I think I've told you before. I mean, at the end of a bad game, they're looking at 2 people, the quarterback and the head coach. But it's a mentality that runs through the entire team. Right? It's the first-year player that's there for sport, not necessarily to play, or the guy that plays on 2 special teams, right, and is making critical impact in the game. I mean, everyone has to have the same belief, or it's not going to work.
I also mentioned earlier that we've all been around teams where one side of the locker room, let's say, is pulling their weight a little bit more. On this team, I don't think anybody can get stink eye or side eye because if you need to play defensively, there's a good chance somebody's going to make it. If you need to play offensively, there's a good chance somebody's going to make it. I would imagine you preach nobody's better than the guy next to you, but it's kind of nice when you split up both offensively and defensively when both sides of in your kicking game, by the way, let's not take them out of it. Everybody's contributing to these wins.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, we've had all 3 phases have contributed to some form or fashion a win this year in critical times. I mean, look at the special teams play, some special teams play in Clemson. The Wake Forest game, I mean, the punting, 4 times inside the 10-yard line that game. We had another big one this past week. They ended up going down the field. But, all 3 phases have had an impact on it. And we are to the point where, we struggled on the first couple of drives on Saturday. You only had 3 in the first half. But at that point, you get a big play on defense after they went down the field, right? And we kept getting big plays at key times. And then, it was tie ball game, 1-score game, and we have that huge stand on the goal line on Saturday. And look, look, some weeks you're gonna win with defense, and I think one program-defining win because of the defense really accelerates them from a mentality standpoint for the rest of the season. And when I say program-defining, I don't mean in the history of the program. I mean in this season. One big series like stop on the 1 yard line 4 plays in a row, and those things really carry over with the confidence level that guys have.
And I guess it's one thing to say it; it's another thing to do it. Omar Daniels going the other way. You talked about the stop to open the first half or second half. I mean, guys have to actually go out there and produce as well. And it's not, like you said, it's not program defining as far as history is concerned, but it's probably helping the program define themselves as far as the season is concerned.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we have an identity. We do. I said that in the preseason. I think everybody in the country knows what our identity is. I think we've solidified that this year of what our identity is. I think we've become a lot more confident and comfortable in who we are as a football team. Players, coaches, staff, everyone. It's a very comfortable deal because they're the comfort in chaos that our guys have. Whether it's a 2-score game either way, they're like, let's roll. Let's go, guys. This is what we train for. It's what we work for.
What's your verbiage? I'm watching Omar Daniels open it up. He's got a 5-yard, 12-yard, 18 yards. And I'm sorry because I just feel like I've seen it too often. He is going to hold the football as he crosses the goal line. He is going to hold the football deep enough into the end zone. I'm not asking you thinking the same exact thing as me, but I'm assuming your messaging has been in moments like that. He knows what he's supposed to do, and that's make sure this thing gets finished the right way.
This is very eerie, the fact that you just said that. He hit the 45-yard line, and he starts to hold that thing like a loaf of bread. All right. Well, the situational masters sessions that we do every Friday before practice, where I come up in front of the team, we show a bunch of different situations from previous week's games. Not this past Friday, but the Friday before last. It was a clip of the Arizona Cardinals breaking a long run, and the running back letting go of the ball right before he crossed the goal line. I'm running down the sideline. Of course, I'm not even staying close to Omar running down the sideline. My headset's falling off. I look like a hot mess. Right? And I am screaming, chin it, get the ball up, chin it. I'm screaming for 60 yards down the field for him to keep the ball up in his hand.
Well, fortunately, that session worked out. And at the end of the game, do you want Haynes King to score there when he's turning around looking for permission?
Yes. 3-score game, 2 minutes to go.
Why?
I get the analytics. I get all that. I get it. I understand. He had one timeout. There was probably about 2:12, 2:16 on the clock. All right, you don't go there. 2-minute timeout. Then you call your first down. It's like, I get it. They still could have had 38, 40 seconds before we get to the fourth down call. If we're not in the end zone at that point, all right, you don't kick a field goal. Something bad happens on the field goal. You got to run a play. They still got to have between 30 and 40 seconds left on the clock. And anything can happen with that. So extending it to a 3-point lead, I think, just from my standpoint, from the player standpoint, I think puts a little extra to it.
So does this mean the responsibility now is to make sure in moments like that he's clearer? Because there's an unselfishness to that.
Not at all, guys. But look, how many quarterbacks in the country know what they're supposed to do? They know the fact that it's a right on the line decision, right? I mean, if you look from an analytics standpoint, that is a 50-50 call. We actually this morning just got done reading the reports back from the company that does all the analytics. Right? It's a 50-50 decision right there. And the fact that the quarterback knew that and looked over to the sideline to see what I wanted him to do. No, Haynes King is perfectly clear on when we call them no moss situations. Right? Of him being in a no moss situation where you go down. But also he knew the fact that was a very on-the-line deal to take it to a 3-score game. All right, you settle for a field goal, it's still a 2-score ball game. And I get the clock. They had a timeout. They had a 2-minute timeout. All right, for that kid to know that in a situation where for the second time this year we broke a run that you don't expect, where you're trying to get the first down and get them to burn the timeout. Yes, I get it. But you break it right there, just very similar to Colorado. Colorado's a little closer than that when you look at it as far as the flow of the game, the difference in it. But no, I mean, the fact that he understood that, he knew it, and he looked back for confirmation because it was on the line. I don't know if you've ever seen that. I mean, I've had people I work for, and we talked to me, whether Coach O'Leary, Coach Friedgen sent me a text. I don't think I've ever seen a player look to the sideline for confirmation on a borderline call on what to do.
And keep his feet and actually finish the play on top of it. So I texted you and I told you it's not the ranking that means this blank is getting real now. It's a buddy from New Jersey who was asking about you. Who doesn't know, like, he'll bet college football, but it's just because he wants action on a Saturday. When he asked me not once but twice, hey, what's going on with Georgia Tech? That's how I know that you've made an impact. And you're a little bit closer to the top of the hour when it comes to highlight packages than maybe it's been around here in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome for the fans. It's awesome for the school. It's awesome. I mean, it's so great for these players to be able to experience what it's like to be in this situation. And what I'm hoping is that it makes them hungry for more. It makes them hungry for more. I mean, there is no satisfied, filled up mentality. This type of, you can call it pressure if you want, but this type of situation that we're in, I mean, this has got to make you crave it more.
And I know you don't care what's going on in the outside world, but you can't control it. There's only 6 undefeated teams in college football. We just got past the middle of October. So you have a lesson every day. There goes that one, there goes that one, there goes that one. I mean, it's happening all over the place in college football this year. That's your built-in lesson. I don't care what they're watching on TV or not. You do have something to tell them every day.
Oh, man. I mean, that was the other thing last night is, look, college football team, any teams in general, right, they die from the inside out, not the outside in. And that was the lesson of, right, and it's died from the inside out, meaning, all right, they take their foot off the gas. They lose focus. They become content with where they're at. Right, that's how teams die. They think that past success is going to, have any impact on what happens in the future. So what happens? They end up dying from the inside, and somebody comes up and they don't sneak up on them. It's clear as day. And when you look at it, and a lot of times, this point in the year, it's not necessarily that the other team beat a team. It's that they allowed them during the week to take advantage of their mistakes and the mental mistakes, the preparation.
Finishing up with Brent Key on the Loud Security Systems Newsmaker line. If you never see Cooper Barcade again in your life, will it be too soon?
To even try to be funny and say, who's that? That is not even remotely comical, because that kid is a hell of a football player.
Sure is.
Gosh, dog. I mean, he is a good player.
Looks like he had shorts on, though. What do you make of this now? These kids are out there wearing shorts, essentially, bike shorts on the field.
If it has to do with winning, losing, or graduating players, I put time and effort into it. Other than that,
hold on, give me those 3 again. What were those? I'll make sure.
Yeah,
winning
games, losing games, and graduating our players. Otherwise, I ain't got time for it.
That's the right answer. You passed the test, Brent Key. Good job.
Hey, it's the first one I've passed around here in a long time.
Coach, congrats. Hopefully we do it all again next week after Syracuse. Good luck.
I appreciate you guys. Go Jackets.